next speaker is Leela Hanson. Leela is the director or a director of EFIC, Export Finance Corporation.
Now, when you walk around Albany, as I did this morning, here's some of the banks that you see. You see Westpac, you see ANZ, you see NAB, you see Bank of Queensland. I saw the sign for CBA, but it looked like it's been wiped out, right? And if you're in Perth, you see a few more banks. Now, here's another bank that I was looking for, but I didn't see. Have any of you seen the Stretch Bank? No? Okay, let me introduce you to the Stretch Bank. I work for EFIC, and we're the official Stretch Bank of Australia. The word official is because we're owned by the federal government. We were set up 54 years ago. Bank, because 54 years ago when they set us up, they said, here's your seed money, go ahead, good luck, and multiply. And we've done that over 54 years. So basically, they don't fund us. We make our own money, we pay our own people, we make a little profit every year, and we give them a dividend. But the most important word in that official and bank is the thing in the middle, that stretch. And that's why we were set up. We were set up to stretch beyond what your bank can do. Now, I can see all of you deciding right now that you're going to move banks and come to EFIC. But let me tell you something before you make that decision. One, we are 90 people in EFIC. Very small bank. 88 of those people are in Sydney. One is in Melbourne. I look after WA and SC. Now, some of you might say one woman. But for the women here, you know, it's the power of one. Okay. But the second thing that you should know is that we do not compete with the banks. When we were set up 54 years ago, there was a recognition that commercial banks will only go that far. The idea of an EFIC is to stretch. And the way we do it is in partnership with your banks. We cannot compete with your banks. We're not cheaper than your banks. The idea is that EFIC, which is federally owned, carries a AAA rating. We give our guarantee to your bank, which enables your bank to provide you with finance to do your contract. So it is a partnership. So who are these companies that we help? Well, obviously the first word in our name is Export Finance and Insurance Corporation, if you are an exporter. And while this says resources, it does not mean only resources. If you are an exporter. The second thing, and this is interesting, is that in the last 2 years, we've expanded. It's not only for exporters direct. If you are in the supply chain for a resource project, just like GCO, which we are working with right now, you're not exporting anything. You're in the middle. The coal or the gold or the whatever it is exported. You're right there doing something that is critical for that project. Then, as far as we're concerned, you are an exporter, and we may be able to help you. And the third lot of people who have established themselves here and have realized that Australia is a small market, you need to expand. And let's say you decide that expansion meant that you needed to open something up somewhere else in the world, maybe say China. And if you were to do that and your bank is not able to help because the assets sit somewhere else in the world and you're not comfortable with it, we may be able to work in partnership with your bank to enable you to make that happen. You must be thinking now, all of you are going to come to me. Now, because we're a bank, there are eligibility guidelines. I stress, they are guidelines. So the sort of companies we are looking for are people who have had some track record in business for 3 years, have got a balance sheet, good at what they're doing, and are looking to expand. But in their expansion, perhaps you don't have enough security, or for credit reasons, your bank is not able to help. Come and talk to us, me, I may ask this me, And together with your bank, we may be able to do something for you. Again, what exactly is this something? These are some of the things that we do. Essentially, the starting point is, I'm tendering for a contract, I'm going to win a contract. There has to be something there. I need working capital to fulfill my contract. Or, I need to put up bank guarantees for my contract. Or, I'm winning a contract, and to fulfill the contract, I need to buy a new piece of equipment, so I need a term loan. In each case, that contract has to have an export focus. So if you're a purely domestic company, I'm sorry, but I can't help you. So some case studies. Apologies in advance that the case studies talk about resources. I'll get to the end of it and then give you some examples of non-resource companies. So here's a company called Lean Fuel Developments. The project is in Queensland, but the owners are from WA. Essentially, they're laying pipes for the Queensland gas project. And the laying of pipes is an important or integral part of that contract. They were not able to get the finance from their bank, and together with the bank, which happened to be in this case in George, we were able to make that happen and for them to win that contract. This is a WA company. They're based in Kewdale. They've been around for 25 years, and they do pipe struts. They won a $20 million contract for Gorgon, and they needed to put up a bank guarantee of $500,000. Now, for several reasons, their bank was not able to help. Again, in partnership with their bank, we were able to help them. So the number is small, 500,000, but the contract, 20 million. Here is something which is bigger, which is the coal terminal at Wiggins. So for companies which are in that kind of a contract where you're doing infrastructure of some sort, again, we may be able to help you if your bank is not able to. So as I said before, I apologize that the examples are here all about resources. But it's not only resources that we're involved in. We've helped companies which were exporting grain, food, carbonated drinks, and of course you know well our rural exports, which is also one of our clients. No, we didn't help them with the sheep to Pakistan, thank God. But we've been helping them with their breeding cattle to places like Russia, Turkey, and China. So that's EPIC in short. I've got stuff at the back, flyers for you if you're interested. For some of your companies, you might say, well, we're not ready yet. But the whole point of this exercise, as Joe said, as Bruce said, as everyone else is saying, it's information. And it might be useful for the next time. So thank you for your attention. My name is Leela Hanson, and I work for EPIC, Australia's official stretch bank.